Finally made it into Charlotte from this morning. My husband's behind me. Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. In this video I am traveling. It is so early in the morning. It's about 6 o'clock in the morning, and during this time I had a very crazy night. I did not go to sleep at all. I stayed up the entire night. I packed, got no sleep, and as a result of it I am running really late. So late that this happens. So I more than likely missed my flight. It is 7:50. It literally took an hour to get to TSA, and the flight boards at 8. So more than likely I'm not going to be able to board it. So I'm going to have to find out what I can do next to catch the next flight out. I'm not too happy about that, but I just got to keep going and, you know, roll with the punches. Had a long night, and you know, I gotta just keep going. So I want to read this one, Liz Cheney's The Oath of Honor. I do want to read that. I'm looking for a book that I can read here in the airport. I like self-help books. Let me see if they have a self-help section. Oh, this one looks interesting. Business, emotional intelligence, happiness, purpose, meaning, passion, dealing with difficult people. This is interesting. Let's see what I can find. So, while I got this amazing book by the Harvard Business Law about crafting your purpose, I had to make time and use of taking a look at the airport. And let me tell you guys, the airports nowadays are almost like museums. I mean, there are so many different pieces of art, displays. I mean, here at this airport at JFK, there are so many replicas of New York City, from the Statue of Liberty to the Financial District, the World Trade Center. I mean, it felt so good to walk around this airport. I hated the fact that I missed my flight, and my flight got rerouted, so I won't be able to get a direct flight, but it was great to be able to walk around the airport and again just see the different pieces of art. It felt so good, it felt so warm, it felt so comforting, and I had to be mindful because guess what? While I was walking around, while I was able to get something to eat, I actually began to hear the last call for my boarding flight. So yeah, I was able to get some really good scenes here, but I also had to be mindful because my flight was about to board.
Delta. The health and safety of our customers and crew is our number one priority and a shared responsibility of everyone on board. So before we depart, please pay attention to this important message.
So as I mentioned earlier in the video, let me tell you guys a little transparent moment. I had a very difficult night. And not that I feel that, you know, what happened was ordained, but I do believe in the fact that there were red flags and that some things just get to a boiling point in any and every relationship, you know. But the one thing I can say is, like, I feel like this trip is giving me, some time apart, some time alone. And if anything, it's kind of helping engage my perspective. Sometimes when you're in a situation, it could seem bigger than what it really is. And it could even feel insurmountable, But as I am on this flight looking down from the sky, and then looking in comparison to how all these huge buildings in real life look so minuscule. And it just made me think, like, what I'm facing in this situation, while in the moment felt so big, the reality is that it's really minuscule, in the grand scheme of things, and in the reality of, the grand vast of time. Look at this, where I'm looking at miles and miles of community, and I'm looking at it all within a small radius because of my aerial view. And, it just magnifies the importance of perspective, right? And how we see the world and how we see things and how we ultimately believe it works either for us or against us, and we all know as believers, we believe that things work for us. So I'll just say that this trip was a good little getaway. I'm not going to go too much more into detail, but just know that, you've got to push through, like I mentioned. Even in bad times, you just got to continue to push through and know that greater is always on the other end. And that sometimes when you're, facing your greatest adversity, that's when you're really right on the brink of greatness. So I didn't mention to you guys, but as you guys can see, we are headed to Minneapolis. So because I missed my flight from New York directly to North Carolina, Charlotte, North Carolina, that is, I had to reroute and go to Minneapolis and then go to Charlotte. This means that what would have been a 4-hour flight, it ended up turning into like an 8-hour day. Again, I wasn't happy about it, but just that downtime and that time pretty much to myself, in flight and route and reading and prayer and meditation and thinking, this flight really gave me a good amount of time to myself. And like I said, just to debunk and realign myself until I can make it back, until I get to Charlotte. So alright, so I am in Minneapolis, St. Paul. I've been telling all my family I'm going to Minnesota, but actually it's Minneapolis. And I have about an hour delay before I get on another flight to get to Charlotte. This has been a crazy, crazy day. Crazy couple of past hours in. And then the flight attendant told me that my next flight is across the airport. So I got a long walk to go.
For a while, trying to please everyone who's around me. I've been putting on a fake smile, even though I'm wasting time. I don't want to be trapped in a box, trying to be like the rest when I'm not. I just wanna go my own way, gonna let the past burn down. Cause honestly, don't wanna be stuck in boring conversations with you. I'm done.
Alright, I finally made it into Charlotte. It's 7:13 from this morning. Husband's behind me. He actually made it here before me, because he took a 1 o'clock flight from JFK. So I'm gonna figure out something to eat and then try to head to where my dad, my sister, and family are. Oh, this one is escalated over there.
Playing songs on my guitar. I know I have to be somewhere else to be able to find myself. Shouldn't be so complicated. If I listen to my heart, I'm gonna leave it all behind. Find myself, I'm gonna start over.
Isn't everything?
Yeah, I'm on my way now. I'm on my way now. am.